This is Tanks Vlog for May 24th, 2018, wrapping up the day in sports. Why do I have a red nose on? Well, it's Walgreens Red Nose Day. Yes, you could go to Walgreens and pick up a nose and wear a red nose today. It's to support fundraising of children in need across the world. I mean, we're talking about water, helping the children who are of all different types of charities that Walgreens donates to. So go check out some information at rednoseday.org. So that's why I'm wearing the red nose. So another reason I'm wearing the red nose is because the Mets are a bunch of freaking clowns. Especially Jerry's Familia. I think Jerry's Familia literally hates Jacob deGrom. Why? Because he screwed him again! You know, I don't care if most days Jerry's Familia is okay. He has 4 blown saves. 4 losses the Mets should not have. A team that's barely 500. Those are killer losses. And tonight was a killer loss to a horrible team. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Marlins. And I knew they would. I knew this would happen. Nobody's hitting. I mean, God only knows when Todd Frazier's coming back. A short-term injury is a long-term proposition with the Mets. Short-term injuries means, see you in September. I mean, Jesus. I mean, who knows when they're going to get Cespedes back? Who knows when they're going to get Frazier back? Meanwhile, we're looking at a dreadfully awful, terrible lineup, and nobody's doing a job. I mean, people were talking about when Cespedes comes back, having Jay Bruce play first base instead of Adrian Gonzalez. Why? Why? Right now, I have more faith in Adrian Gonzalez than I have Jay Bruce. Jay Bruce has been brutal. Terrible, horrible, awful. There once was a man named Jay Bruce. So far this year, he's had no use. Brutal, 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 brutal. Every move, it's brutal. It's just terrible. What do you have? 4 home runs, 15 RBI, 233 average. That is terrible. Terrible. And the Mets counted on him, and he's failed time and time and time again. If you want to talk about the top 5 reasons why the Mets are not playing well, near the top of the list, if not the top of the list, is the lack of production out of Jay Bruce. And it's time for him to get his act together and get it going, because he has been brutally awful, terrible in the first 2 months of this season. Now the Mets are going on an 8-game road trip. This is it. They're 3 games over. I guarantee they come back. They're under 500, and they will not sniff 500 again. This is it. This is when the season gets canceled. This is it. Guarantee it. Terrible, brutal. Yankees also had a bad loss today, but you know they'll bounce back. 12-10 to the Rangers, as they got absolutely no pitching. And now a game and a half behind the Red Sox, who beat up on the Rays like they normally do. But it's basically, they're even in the loss column, so that doesn't matter much. We got the Brewers downing the Diamondbacks. The Tigers tripping up the Twins. The Royals beating the Cardinals 5-2. It was the Astros 4-1 winners over the Giants. Justin Verlander now has a 1.08 ERA, is 6-2 on the season. Do you know who has the second best ERA in baseball? Jacob deGrom, who has, and the Mets are 5-5 in Jacob deGrom starts. 5-5 in Jacob deGrom starts. He's only trailed in 2 innings. It's the bullpen has blown three of his games. Jerry's Benitez. That's who he is. He's Armando Benitez Part 2. Padres beat the Nationals 3-1. Phillies blanked the Braves 4-0. Angels slid past the Blue Jays 5-4. Pirates beat the Reds 5-4 in extra innings. It was the Indians winning 1-0 over the Cubs. The White Sox clobbered the Orioles 11-1. The Mariners slid past the A's 1-0. While the Dodgers blanked the Rockies 3-0 on another strong start by Kenta Maeda. In basketball, the home fires continue to burn in the Eastern Conference Finals as the Celtics took control of the series and are now 1 game away from the NBA Finals after a 96-83 win at TD Garden. Strong performance tonight by Jason Tatum, while LeBron James showed signs of fatigue, scoring 26 points, but once again got no support. Tristan Thompson scored 1 point, and J.R. Smith dropped a deuce. And deuce is the acapella word, because 2 is about the number I would give his performance tonight. 2, as in terrible. 2, terrible. J.R. Smith has been terrible. Rockets will get the same chance to take control of their series on Thursday night in the West. And meanwhile, hockey, Game 7, Eastern Conference Finals. Trip to the Stanley Cup Final on the line. Trip to the Stanley Cup Final on the line. Washington Capitals had a brutal history in Game 7s. 4-12 coming in. And the Lightning have had a good history in Game 7. But not tonight. Alex Ovechkin set the tone early, scoring 62 seconds into the game. And that's all he would need. Braden Holtby was brilliant again. Guy did not have a shutout in the regular season or the playoffs until Game 6. Well, he did it back to back. And as John Sterling says, a belly to belly. As Ovechkin stopped all 29 shots, this game was decided in the second period. Let me tell you. Lightning hit a post, and then shortly after, fanned on an open shot. Holtby was out of position. All the Lightning had to do was tap it in, but they fanned on the shot, and next thing you know, Capitals got 2 goals from Andrei Burakovsky and had a 3-0 lead, and it was all she wrote. Lightning basically did not even show up for the third period. They were flat. It was over. They were defeated in spirit and basically waved a white flag as the Capitals won 4-0. And now we have a terrific Stanley Cup Final between the expansion Vegas Golden Knights and the Washington Capitals, who, when they were an expansion team, had the worst season in NHL history in 1974-75. So, there we have it. And the only thing that sucks is now we have to wait till Monday. Why Monday? Why can't we begin this Saturday? Let's go. Let's get it going. Come on. I want games. I want games. I want hockey. God knows the Mets are terrible. And the NBA is the NBA. I want my playoffs this weekend. I want it now. Let's go. Drop the puck. But Game 1 will be Monday night in Vegas. Today's 3 stars are Braden Holtby of the Washington Capitals with his shutout. Jason Tatum of the Celtics, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. And Kenta Maeda of the Dodgers. Today's birthday shutout goes to Bartolo Colon, who turns 45. I tell you, he was the Mets' good luck charm. They should have never gotten rid of him. He was their good luck charm. And we take a look back 30 years ago to a crazy situation in the Stanley Cup Finals. The Oilers had a 3-0 lead against the Bruins. Just tied Game 4 at the Boston Garden when the lights went out. Total power failure. They could not resume the game, so they decided to put that game off hold. All the stats counted. And then they played Game 5, which was the regularly scheduled Game 5, and won the Cup. The Oilers, their 4th Cup in 5 years. But it was 30 years ago today, a blackout. Now, they were already playing in terrible conditions. Their air conditioning was struggling in the Boston Garden, as it usually did. And there was steam and fog coming up from the ice. It was a crazy situation that ended with a blackout. So check out the full story of Barstool Sports. And Sports History, get Sports Encyclopedia where sports history lives. Of course, check out my podcast, Allow Me to Be Frank, with Tommy Smokes, and our mini Tank's Tales on 1 Week in May. Both of them are available on iTunes and SoundCloud. So check them out now. And once again, if you want to look into the Walgreens thing, go to rednoseday.org. Good day.